Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're listening to That Infernal Noise, now part of the Mental Health News Radio Network.
Devil, not no more for these, you call me Ichigo. Now I let my aura grow as I pull my Zanpakuto. Let me introduce you, his name is Zangetsu. Well, he will only live if and when we let you. Been through a lot of things, killed oh so many hollows. Didn't know at first which path was the right to follow. I don't fight cause I want to win, I fight cause I have to. I will take my spirit energy and aim it right back at you. Fighting a nigga be Yakuya taught me a lot of things, like how to channel and harness all my hate and rage in the form of a bankai. I don't understand why I'm the only one fighting, all the others stand by. I'm not such a saint to promise that I'll risk my life for strangers. Neither am I scum enough to sit back while they're in danger. Everyone looking at me like I'm a superhero, like this is the Matrix and I'm playing Neo. But I'll see my duty through. What the fuck else would I do? Just let it all rot or leave it up to Udi. You a fuck all that now, cause I'm the one in full control. That is until the hollow takes control over my soul. I'm a fucking anime kid. 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 And if you don't like it, shut the motherfucker up.
Well, the whole reason we're rebooting, this is the idea that I had initially. I wanted it to be you and I doing this together because I just feel like our conversations are better than the conversations I have with anybody else, basically. Except myself, because I'm smarter.
We're both smart, thank you.
I just said I'm smarter, that's all. I don't know why you gotta take that as a personal attack.
There's only two people in the room and you're saying you're smarter, so...
That's just because I'm a dude and you're a chick.
Oh, whatever. Here we go.
Your little female brain. Anyway, but I wanted to do it with you and I. And I always wanted to do it. And I feel like the conversation, I can lead a conversation and I can hold a conversation with myself because I like hearing myself talk. And it's better for me to talk out loud as opposed to
Thinking.
in my head, and then it kind of spirals out of control.
Yeah,
So
it's too disorganized for me to follow the thought process in my own head, where it's just like...
See, mine's not too disorganized because I know the disorganization. So I know like where everything's compartmentalized and how I figured out over fucking 39 years how to be able to deal with it is basically what it boils down to.
Sometimes it's just hard for me to follow my own train of thought. Like I'll have to stop and be like, where the fuck what path did I take mentally to be on this train of thought? Like, what did I start thinking about to end up here?
See, I can always map mine.
It takes me a minute. Like, I have to actually...
It doesn't take me any time, luckily. Well, I think that's also years of dealing with the bullshit.
Fair. I don't even remember why you wanted to start doing the solo stuff for a little.
Because I just wanted to record. That was the thing. And you and I don't have a ton of time.
We don't, but
we're going to make time. And I think Mondays. Oh, fuck.
Good job.
And I think Mondays are the best idea because then it gives us something to look forward to on an otherwise shit-tastic day.
I dropped the ball on something and I'm like, now I'm secretly terrified I'm going to get fired, even though I know I'm not.
You're not going to get fired for one fucking mistake.
I know, but...
If that was the case, I would have been fired a long time ago.
And that's fair. That's fair. And I know that, like, the logical side, I know. But it was actually nice.
To have something to look forward to.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, Monday. Because Tuesdays, obviously, Mexican food. We're going to have tostadas or tacos or whatever. Wednesday, we know what that means. Thursday is Friday Junior, and then Friday.
Thursdays are usually like one of the chiller days that we have.
I mean, it's a little bit of a cock tease, but it's still...
Yeah, but it's still like relaxing and chill. We don't ever really do anything on Thursdays.
Right. Unless school is in session.
Yeah, unless there's like
something.
a school function or some bullshit. Yeah. But outside of that, Thursdays are pretty chill.
Yeah, I think making time for this, I think we did pick a really good day to do that and a really good reason to do that, and it does actually work because, excuse me, water is just like, no, you're going to make noises with your body. My God. And I've just been drinking water, so it's not like carbonation or anything.
Mine's carbonation.
Mine's not. It's bothersome. But it was nice to have, we're like, oh yeah, we're fucking recording tonight. Hell yeah. So I think this was a good choice, and I think it'll give you enough time to edit.
Hopefully. We'll see.
See? I guess if y'all are hearing this on
Thursday.
Wait.
Just say Thursday. That way, in case it's not done this week, it's next week. Hey, I wish I was fucking joking.
I know. Hey, we are very busy people, so. And not that we have, like, demanding social lives. It's just work and
we don't
kids.
have any fucking social lives.
We don't.
We ostracize ourselves from that pretty effectively.
Yeah, there's some times where I was like, man, I wish we could go do something or, like, hang out with people and da-da-da. But then it's like...
You and I are exactly opposite in that. I could not give a Frenchman's fuck less about being a homebody. I really couldn't. Like, I thought about it the other day. It's like, I don't fucking miss it. I don't miss all the drama. I don't miss all of the fucking back and forth and people said this and they did this and blah, 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 blah. I'm fucking over it. I'm so fucking over it.
Yeah, I do not miss.
And that's all it is. It's like, anytime you hang out with anybody, really, it's like, it is that. This person's talking shit about that person, or this person doesn't like that person, or what the fuck ever. And I'm not saying I fucking love everybody, but I keep my fucking mouth shut. It's just like, I don't care.
See, I would like to be able to keep my mouth shut, and I can. I can stop myself from saying things. But my face.
Sometimes.
Okay, most of the time, if I'm not in like just a horrendous mood, I can usually keep my mouth shut. If it is necessary. But my face says everything and anything that I do not say out loud. And
I am well aware of that.
Because even if I try, I look like I look sarcastic. Or I'm just like,
you look like a bitch. Like, yeah. It's fucking resting bitch face. You can't help it.
Like, I can't. Because I, like, even just thinking about it, like, having to, like...
I don't know why that face makes you laugh every fucking time.
But it's just like...
It's my serious face one.
Yeah, I couldn't just be like, oh, I'm just not going to say anything because my...
See, I could do stone face and people can't read if I'm pissed or if I'm aloof. Like, nobody knows the difference.
That's fair. I don't know what it is. My face is just very emotional.
Okay, so why did we start doing this?
Oh, well, there are a few reasons we started, because we started this...
No, I mean, what's the impetus for it now? Why do I want to start doing it?
Well, there's a few reasons why you want to do it. One, we have kick-ass conversations. Two...
What started it? What lit the fire under my ass?
Oh, not the reboot. I mean, it was the reboot. Clerks 3. Which I was not emotionally ready for.
I wasn't emotionally ready for. I didn't fucking know what was going to happen. And yes, I know I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, and I waited an inordinate amount of time to watch both, but I just had a feeling that I needed to be in the right headspace for them. Clearly, I was right.
Yeah, that was a lot.
But it just turned into shit or get off the pot time. It's like, really I can't keep complaining about not having a creative outlet and not doing this and not doing that if I'm not doing anything to make it happen. So, fuck it. Let's make it happen.
And that's...
What's the worst thing that happens? Nothing? Like, I was already doing nothing.
Yeah.
So let's do something. And then if nothing happens, okay, fine.
Then we still get to do the thing, though.
Yeah. So it's just like, what is it hurting to not, or to do it?
Yeah, we may gain a follower. You never know.
Well, even if we don't, I mean, we have what's the word? Like a collection of stories from us that the kids could go back and listen to.
That's fair.
Or something. That's where my head goes. Like, even if nobody else listens to it, the kids can hear this years from now. Maybe they're going through similar shit.
Oh, especially like, as I get older.
Oh, this is what Dad thought. This is what Neish thought. Like, this is how they would have handled it based on this conversation or whatever. And it's not like we don't talk to our kids anyway, but
yeah,
just to be able to hear it. Because I would have loved it if Grandma and Grandpa had
done something,
been able to do something like this, and I could go back and hear their voices. I mean, Grandpa's still alive, obviously, but the only thing I have with Grandma's voice on it is the thing that
the video
Erin recorded at her last birthday party. And it was cool. Like, I find myself watching it on a semi-regular basis. Because it's nice to hear her voice. And I know that might sound retarded to people, or like I'm not letting go or what the fuck ever, but it's not that. It's just, it makes me happy to hear her voice again.
I don't think that would be a bad thing at any point in time.
Well, I mean, there's some people's opinions of it. It's just like, okay, well, she's gone. You need to let go.
Okay. And you have reconciled the fact that she is no longer here.
Kind of.
For the most part. You know? You know that. But it's nice. I mean, I think people who are like, oh, why don't you let go? Well, why don't you take all the pictures down of people that are no longer...
Yeah, it's like, I'm never going to fucking do that.
Like, we have Jody on the wall. Every kid has a picture of Jody in their room, you know?
It's one of their more important possessions to them,
exactly.
too.
And then we have the
big one.
The big one in the living room. I'm never going to take that down. We have pictures of the Grandma and Grandpa's wedding photo. That's never coming.
It's still one of my favorite pictures, too.
It is really,
and it was one
really
of my favorites before she passed, too.
Really
like,
good
it was sitting there for fucking years before she died.
Yes. So, I don't think it's a negative thing to, like, have a few things that you go back and you watch or you listen, or, you know, there are people who keep voicemails. There are people who...
I think I still have the one and only text message she sent me, because we sent her that video of the kids and us saying happy birthday that one year.
Yes.
It might have been last year. Or it might have been the year before that. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Regardless, like, it was that, and I sent it to her and Grandpa because I didn't know if her phone had the ability to see
that was
video.
After they changed the house phone to a cell phone.
Mm-hmm. The house phone number. They just ported it over or whatever. And she sent me a text message saying, oh, I love you and I appreciate it. Whatever it said. I don't even remember it verbatim, but I still have it on my phone.
Good.
I think I still have it on my phone. I hope I still have it on my phone.
I don't think little things like that are bad. I don't. Just because yes, those people are no longer physically here, but they still existed.
But see, that's where I go fucking woo-woo. Like, I don't think they're gone. Like, I really don't.
I use the word gone in the literal...
Physical.
Yeah, the physical, like, literal... Like, they couldn't walk in the door right now.
God, I hope not.
If they do, we're gonna have...
I think I got holy water somewhere.
I think it's out.
It's on the bookshelf, I think.
It's on the bookshelf out there, along with the salt that...
Grandma gave us.
Yeah.
Fucking 12 years ago.
God, was it that long?
It's probably longer, actually. I've had it.
You've had it
I've had it for a long time. Because I think I had it... Oh, fuck. It might be even longer. It might be fucking as long as Chris has been alive. Now that I think about it, because I had the salt. Yeah. That's what I blessed the first fucking apartment with whenever he started seeing shit. Yeah, fuck. Okay, so I've had it for fucking 19 years. Excuse me. And the thing is, she didn't actually give it to me.
You took it?
I just fucking
You
ganked
stole.
it. She knew I took it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like I just stole her shit. Like, she had other ones. It wasn't like I took the only one.
Okay, so it wasn't complete thievery.
No.
Okay.
It was understood thievery.
That's fair.
And, I mean, is it really thievery if I'm stealing something holy and sacred? You know what I mean?
Yes. It's still
Nah, I'm not using it to fucking, like, pawn on the black market or some shit.
theft is theft.
Nah. Not from somebody you love. Oh. I'm just saying.
Okay, so if the kids came in here, stole money out your wallet.
What money?
Well, okay, if you had wallets.
1, we broke as shit. 2, I don't carry cash on a regular basis. There's like literally $2 in there that's been sitting in there for I don't know how long.
At least a couple weeks.
And I don't even remember how I got it.
I don't either, kind of, maybe. I don't know.
That's my point.
Fair.
So yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's bad. I mean, you and I both know that most people's opinions don't mean shit, so even if someone did have a problem with you keeping a voicemail or a message or a video or whatever.
Well, I tell them all to fuck off anyway, so it's not like
them.
it's a real big, there ain't no skin off my teeth. I've gotten to such a place of don't give a fuck with anybody. It's like everything that I know could go away tomorrow. And I'd be kind of bummed out about it, but it's just like, fuck it, move on.
Yeah.
I don't have time to worry about it. Like, I have to worry about my life. I have to worry about the shit that I want to do. I don't have time to micromanage everybody fucking else. Like, as far as friends we've had and shit like that, it's like everybody has worked their way into or out of our life on their own volition.
Yeah. I'm not holding the door open for you to leave, and I'm not holding it closed to make you stay. So
No, I ain't holding it open for you to come in either. It's like, fuck it, whatever. It's like,
If you're
you
here,
choose
you're
to be here, fine. You don't, fine. Like, what?
Yeah.
I've worried too long about so many people, and if we were going to lose them or if it was going to be this, that, or the other. It's just like, I survived every single one of them leaving. Every single one of them.
That's a valid and fair point and true point, but you know, there are sometimes, and especially certain people that you thought would never stop talking to you, or...
Well, I never thought I'd have to tell my mom to go fuck herself, but I've done that.
Same.
Yeah, I told your mom to go fuck herself, too.
That's fair. Well, to be fair...
I mean, we've worked out shit since then, but it's just, like, if I was able to do that, I don't know... There's nobody that I couldn't tell to fuck off.
Yeah, I don't...
Because I've told you to fuck off different times. We weren't always 100%.
I know.
Luckily, we've gotten to a place where that's not an issue anymore, but...
Well, that, and I've never told you to fuck off just because that's not... I'm the cower dog, not the barking.
You're the just leave in the middle of the night type. Yeah, no. That's not going to work for me.
Like, just abscond from existence to somebody. Like, I will no longer be. But I mean, it's partly the same way that you are. Like, I've told, I'm not going to use names. I've told, I don't have a name right now. The woman who gave birth to me. Because no, I don't use mom.
You realize that that's pretty obvious who you're talking about, right?
Well, I wasn't going to, I don't say mom or mother or anything. I say her first name. And not everyone knows her first name. So therefore, I'm not going to just put that out there.
It ain't hard to figure out.
It's not. If you know me, then you know her name. Then don't ask questions. If you don't know, then don't ask or ask me individually so you can fucking know who I'm talking about. Yeah. But I've told her I don't speak to her anymore. And it's the same way. Like, yeah, I'm not a runner like that anymore. And I learned it from her.
No shit.
I know. But
Still paying for that bitch.
the principle of the matter is still there. Like, if I have the courage and wherewithal to tell her, I'm not going to do this with you. I came out of that crazy straw. Like, if I can tell her, no, I'm not going to say yes. Yeah, no, I can't. It hurts now. Like,
it should have hurt to begin with. Okay. Like, the fact that you didn't realize how fucked off everything was until I was the one that pointed it out to you.
Because no one pointed it out before.
I don't know how anybody didn't point it out.
And if that's all you know, you think that shit's just normal.
I knew fucking trauma out the ass, and I even saw it and was like, there's something wrong with this shit. That's so like, my life parentally was not great. Right. And I saw that she was fucking up.
You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What was it? Was it Titus's bit? He's like, do you want the sober guy taking your keys from you saying you're too fucked up to drive, or you want the alcoholic doing it? The alcoholic was telling you, you should probably stop drinking and pay attention to this shit. And you were like, oh, fuck. Okay.
It never dawned on me. Because, I mean, especially as a child, you don't think...
I didn't realize I had any problems till you fucking pointed it out.
Well, I knew there were... See, that's bullshit, because I knew there was some shit.
Well, that was the rest of the bit.
But it's... You don't think that the people who are making sure you're fed.
The people who are supposed to be your protectors and the ones raising you and taking care of you.
Even at a really young age, I saw some shit. You know, like... You wouldn't think that person is lying to you or
manipulating you
to a fucking psychotic level. Like,
and then you start looking back at everything and it's just like boom, 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 one after the fucking other. And that was shit that I didn't even point out. You came to that shit on your own.
And the fucking thing is that you look at it and then you say things out loud to other people and then you see the look on their faces and you're like, oh, this isn't normal. Why? Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. I mean, but you know.
It's like whenever you're flippantly talking in front of a group of kids, you say Santa's not real. How it's the same look that people give you, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why would you do that?
Why are you saying this like it's no big deal?
Because it wasn't a big deal, and that's why.
That's not true. Okay. It was a very big deal.
It was a big deal and is a big deal, but when you're in it, it's just like, oh.
You can't see the forest through the trees.
No, you can't. You know, when you're, I'm going to use the word mother, I guess. When your mother...
When you're biological.
Yeah. When you're a carton of eggs. Sorry. But when your mother is like, hey, you need to drop everything.
And help me steal my car back.
And if someone has a firearm, bring that. You know, you
shouldn't tell your kid that.
And that's the thing.
And then loop other people into it.
Yeah, and that wasn't the first time I had to help her.
I am well aware of that.
Take the car back. Okay, just for I'm guessing the statute of limitations was out if it wasn't her car.
7 years, isn't it? This was over a decade.
Yeah. I mean, they were her cars she was trying to get back from people, but still. Or, hey, let's drive hours away to just find out that this person I'm quote unquote trying to help is lying to me. Or, you know.
The people that she associated with.
Yeah, the people that she
I already said it.
Associated with. I don't know why that was hard. Were like fucked up like she was. Because
somehow they seemed more fucked up. That's the scary part.
That's fair. You know?
Because she was the one taking care of them. So that means they're more fucked up. You don't take care of people that are less fucked up than you.
It's the blind leading the blind over there.
Well, in that situation.
Yeah. But you don't think those people are going to lie to you. I mean, yeah, I knew fucked up shit was happening.
See, I always assumed everybody would lie to me. I never had the thought in my head that people wouldn't manipulate me that way.
That's fair.
Because I saw it from such a young age, and it's just like, okay, if this person who was supposed to be this certain figure in my life is able to do this, not just to me, but to literally everybody around them, that means it can happen to anybody at any time, and anybody can do it to me.
And I know that now. Unfortunately, the person who gave birth to me is the one who taught me the biggest lesson.
Well, that's usually the way it goes. You either learn what to do or what not to do.
And I learned...
Our generation is more not what not to do, so...
I learned all of the things not to do. And I refuse to make myself sit in any kind of...
regret.
Well, no, I don't want to sit in regret, but that's not exactly where I was going. I'm not going to make myself uncomfortable. I'm not going to do it.
That's all you were doing, though. It was like, I remember every time the fucking phone would ring, you would make a face, you were just like, fuck, what is it now? And it was every fucking time. Whether or not there was any reason to think that, you automatically went there. And I'm sitting there telling you, it was like, that's not a normal reaction. You shouldn't have that reaction. And if you're having that reaction with people, you shouldn't be dealing with these people. Yeah. Because if it was a friend, that's exactly what I would tell you.
Right.
Like, just because it's your birth giver or what the fuck ever, that does not fucking matter.
I agree.
And a lot of people have taken the stance of, oh, well, it's your mom, it's your dad, da-da-da-da-da.
It's your family.
I don't give a fuck. My dad has never once... not once reached out to me. I am one of 7 fucking kids. And I am the only one that has never had fucking contact with that piece of shit. And according to that, I'm supposed to just forgive and forget, and you respect him no matter what. Fuck you. If I see you, I'm putting your teeth down your throat, you motherfucker. I hated myself. I hated my name because it was his last name for the longest time. And I wanted to change it up until I had kids. And once I saw that from me being passed on to them, that's my name. Fuck you. It has nothing to do with you. I made that fucking name. They made that fucking name.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. And I'm glad you didn't change it. Because now it's my last name too, so.
We could have been further ahead in the alphabet, though.
I know.
Everything. There's only like one Mexican name that's beyond it. Well, 2.
I knew
what is
Zuniga?
it? Zuniga and
I knew a Zuniga.
What was the other one? Oh, fuck it, whatever.
Zoloft? I'm not on that anymore.
Zavala. Sorry. I knew
Really?
it was Zavala, yeah.
I like that last name. Yeah, we got stuck with the Y's.
Of course, our last name isn't even fucking Mexican, but whatever.
No. But yeah, and it makes it harder to see past when it's a single parent. Like, there's no other adult in your life that's like, hey.
Well, that's because she removed the people that didn't want her doing stupid shit.
Yes. And to be fair, a lot of the people that were removed from my life, against my will, not all of them, but a lot of them were pieces of shit too. Like, the vast majority.
Big fucking surprise.
Actually, I don't speak to her side of the family at all because they're all
fucked up in their own way.
Yeah. And there's one that I can think of off top. And that's because he was raised by his dad, which is not related to my mother.
Go fucking figure.
So he wasn't raised around the relatives. And I need to start saying the word relatives instead of family, because they are two totally different things. But when you have no one else to like step in or advocate or like,
And that's why she fucking hated me from jump, because she saw my fucking attitude. And she saw that above all else, I just want you to be fucking happy.
Yeah.
And I want things to be right for you. And I've told you a million fucking times, like, you don't deserve all the shit you've been dealt your entire life. Like, you were a truly caring, good soul. And I've come across very few of those in my lifetime. And the ones that I have come across are the people I'm closest to now. So, and it's just like, none of us deserved the hand that we were fucking dealt.
no.
We didn't deserve the abuse in whatever facet it was, because we all have different fucking stories.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like, why does that happen to us? And I'm the one that'll call the bullshit out, because I don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings. I give a fuck about respect, because respect to me is earned, not given. And that was the thing, that you're always supposed to respect your elders, respect your parents, da 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 da. If my parents or my elders don't do things to show that I should respect them, I'm not fucking going to. Yeah. That's the fucking punk rock metalhead side of me. Like, you have to show me that I'm supposed to respect you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying beat it into me or what the fuck ever. I'm saying be the example that makes me know that's a person I'm supposed to respect.
Right.
And that's what we try to do with the kids. And yeah, I've fucking fallen so short of that mark sometimes, but overall, my kids trust me to talk to me. My kids want to be around me overall. Yes, Chris wanted to get out, but I wasn't exactly the perfect dad his whole life. He's the one that got the brunt of it, him and Kaylee.
That's fair.
Because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. If any parent, first-time parent says that they know what the fuck they're doing, they're lying. They're 100% lying. I had no clue what I was doing. I was a fucking child myself whenever Mandy got pregnant.
But you were 19?
I was 19. I was literally just graduated.
Yeah.
And then less than a year later, we got a fucking kid. What? Like, you're a child. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. If I had waited until my 30s to have kids, his upbringing would have been entirely different. And you could see that with Noe and fucking Logan.
Right.
So,
but, you know, when you...
sorry, that was kind of all over the place.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did get a lot of examples of what not to do. And hopefully now we can be who we needed. And then the kids can, whether they choose to have families or not, you know, in whatever fashion.
They could just be good fucking people because of it. Yeah. That's all I give a shit about. Like, I don't, yes, I would like grandkids at some fucking point, but
if they don't,
that means fucking nothing to me, as long as they are happy and they're good fucking people.
Yep.
They're trying to take care of other people in some facet and doing some sort of service to where they're not just completely self-centered, I guess. Like, I want them to be world-minded instead of self-minded.
Right.
And so far, all of them are. They all four of them have gigantic fucking hearts.
They really do.
Chris loves to take care of people. Kaylee, she acts like a bitch, but she does that to put up the front.
That, and I think she does that to weed out the weak.
I think she does it subconsciously. I don't think she does it on purpose. She puts up the wall to see who's gonna try.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's intentional. I think she just does it. She's guarded naturally. But she's got a gigantic fucking heart. She's always wanting to do the best. She's always wanting to bring the best out in people.
She is.
And I think that's fucking amazing. Noe, she's just the chillest, calmest, most loving
kid
ever.
Yeah.
Logan, same thing. Well, he's not chill, but he's hyperactive as shit. He's always trying to make people laugh. He's always trying to comfort people whenever they're upset. Like, shit like that. Like, that's the shit that makes me proud as a dad. Yeah. To see the four of them and how they've grown into that.
Yeah, because the other day when I was crying, he was like, Mom, are you okay? Just for anyone who doesn't know me, I cry a lot. Okay, not a lot, but like, hey, it's not a daily thing.
You haven't cried today. You cried yesterday.
I did?
Visions. Told you. Day before that was...
I didn't cry.
I'm sure if I thought about it, I'd find something.
I didn't cry.
I think you did, because I think we had that conversation and you teared up in the morning on Saturday.
Oh, I thought you said tearing up
was that... No, that was Saturday. Was that Saturday or was that Sunday?
Oh, it was Friday.
No.
The conversation was Saturday.
The Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Sunday.
Correct.
Okay, so that's... Did on Friday. Did on Thursday. That's 4 days.
I don't...
You were not chilling on Thursday. That's what started it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I cry a lot.
Just wanted to point that out. It was like, just for perspective, yes, you have these past 4 days.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's probably something on Wednesday. You saw a wrestler and shed a tear.
Anything's possible at this point, I guess. But yeah, I would like to think that they will take what we've done and the work we've done with therapy. And I know that neither one of us are on medication anymore, but...
Yeah, I'm still on medication. Well, technically, we're still medicating.
Fair. But...
Weed is a godsend. Legal. Godsend.
Yes, legal. But I hope that they can see that it's okay to be just a human and know that I'm
You're
not
gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
It's okay to fuck up. It's what you do after that decides what kind of person you are. Are you just gonna roll over and fucking die, or you're gonna get up and be like, okay, I fucked that up. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's try again. Let's try to learn from that. Let's try to do things differently. Let's try to,
And that's what I've always said about myself. It's like, yeah, I might fuck up a lot in my life or have fucked up a lot in my life, but I find new and creative ways to fuck up all the time.
Yeah. It's not the same old shit.
I mean, that would get boring to me if I just kept doing the same thing over and over again. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. Like, if I'm going to fuck up, it's going to be fucking up in a way that I haven't before. So it's just like, oh, that's new. Okay.
I'll do that one.
And just pivot. Like,
Pivot.
I fucking said that whenever we were moving the desk into Kaylee's room. I was like, pivot. No, I was like legitimately telling Novi, pivot it. And Kaylee's behind me, and she was like, pivot! Pivot! I'm like, you motherfucker. It just cracked me up. I was like, you shouldn't know that.
Our kids know a lot of shit they shouldn't know.
I don't know that she's ever really watched Friends, though.
I don't know. To be perfect.
And then she started, like, quoting the entire scene, too, on top of that. So I guess she had to have.
Shut up.
And that's what she started doing. And it just made me laugh. Sorry. I know that was a tangent.
I just don't want the kids to ever feel like we had to feel. And I know that
They're going to feel that regardless because there's generational trauma regardless. And we're not perfect. So things that we've done that we might not consider as traumatizing will be traumatizing to them. Because we're not in their shoes. Like, we don't fucking know.
That's fair.
And we figured that out the hard way many a fucking time.
Fair.
So, I mean, I would like to say that I want to go back and change certain things, but I can't. I don't want to do that. Because I learned from it, too.
Right.
It's like, yes, I figured out how I shouldn't act in those situations, but I also figured out what my kids need in those situations, what they actually need, how they perceive things.
That's also fair.
Which nobody gave a shit about whenever we were kids.
No.
It was shut the fuck up, sit down, and listen because adults are talking.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you were bleeding, something was broken, or you were shitting your pants or vomiting.
and even then, I don't think they would have cared about the shitting and vomiting outside of the fact that they would have had to clean it up. And a lot of the times, the fucking blood was like, it's not that bad. Just fucking leave it alone.
Got a Band-Aid?
Not even that. Like, I remember times where it's just like, just left it and kept playing.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I want them to be better. I'm not saying I'm a shit person or anything like that. And no, I'm not crying. I just feel something on my eyelid. I'm not saying I'm a shit person. I'm not saying you're a shit person, but I want them to be better than us.
I've always told them that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck what. I was like, I just want you to be better than me.
Yeah.
Like, and whenever they were younger, that meant something different. Now I consider myself a pretty fucking good person, and I still expect them to be better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's easy to say that whenever you're a dog shit person. You're like, I want you to be better than me. Well, no shit. I don't want to be like you, motherfucker. So, okay, but like, I've changed my life. I've made positive changes. I've tried to do the right things and try to learn from my mistakes. Try to be a better parent. Try to be a better husband. Like, all of that shit. Yes. Just be a better person in general. And I think I'm not going to hit the mark 100% of the time, but
no one is.
I got a pretty good batting average now.
Yeah.
And I couldn't used to say that. So
right.
I think that's a positive step.
Agreed.
Again, God bless marijuana.
Legal.
It is legal for me.
It is.
Compassionate Use Program, Texas. Look it up.
Just saying.
That dude. Okay, well, that's another segue. Been microdosing. Have you felt any difference? Can't say that's legal.
I don't know if I should just plead the fifth because I don't know who's going to listen to this.
It's microdosing.
Fair.
Because you know I have opinions on mine, so.
I think my judgment as of right now is kind of skewed.
Why?
Because I've been in such a negative headspace for the past month or two.
Do you think that is a result of it? Not making you negative. Will you finish listening to what I'm saying first before you react?
Uh-huh.
That it's purging everything. And that this is no pun intended, this is the reboot period. Because I've been going through some of that. It hasn't been like super negative, but it's been like, I don't want to say awakening because that's like, it's too stark of a thing, but it's been like a realization where I feel my inner self becoming my outer self.
Oh, I like the way you put that.
That's just the way like I see it in my head. It's like what I feel inside is starting to come out more, as opposed to me not holding it in, but not freely letting myself be myself. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm more authentic to myself at my core now.
That's fair.
That's how I look at it.
That's fair.
And I think with that comes a lot of the purging, and like, because my brain has been bringing up shit like a fucking Rolodex, even on the off days when we're not on the schedule. It's still like today, I'll fill you in on a thought that I had this morning in the shower, and it just.
And I think you might be right, because the situation, and you know, we had a little tiff, whatever, on Thursday night, but it is what it is. And I think the initial way we both handled it is very reminiscent of who we used to be, but we got our shit together and we regrouped. And
but we also, it wasn't a knockdown drag out like it used to be either.
Because those, I mean, and they used to last for days of just not necessarily back and forth, but just like
it was hanging in the fucking air.
Yeah, like it was palpable. You could you could.
Oh, I've been told my hate and anger is visceral by several people in my life.
I'm gonna go ahead and politely confirm that it is. It's.
People have said that they've seen a dark aura around me whenever I get mad. Like, well, some people have said that they have seen it, and some people have said that they could feel, like I would get close to people and they could just feel the heaviness around me.
That is more my style. Because, I feel things. I don't really.
That's more how I am, too. It's like I see things, but I'm seeing. The reason I say seeing things is because I think I'm seeing it with my third eye, where it's more of a feeling as opposed to a physical sight that you're seeing.
And so I think that thought process is could probably be more accurate, just because the rebound of the situation was night and day.
It pretty much just boiled down to me shutting the fuck up so I'm not being a dick about everything. I call it like I see it. I'll call it like I see it with my goddamn self, too. I don't give a fuck. I'll throw myself under the bus.
That's fair.
Like, and that's what it was. It's like, it wasn't even that serious. It was just the way that it struck me. It brought back up so many fucking things that I didn't realize I was holding on to. And it wasn't like even shit from the past. It was just things that I didn't realize I wasn't addressing. And I've noticed that since we started the microdose shit, that has become more and more prevalent for me. Where it's just like, oh, fuck, I thought I was either past this or I understood this, and then something happens and it shifts my perspective a little bit more. Where it's just like, oh, that's what it really is. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, and I think we need to stop saying, I thought that, and because I'm guilty of it too. Oh, I thought I was past this. Oh, I thought this. Oh, I thought that. And
No, I think it's okay to say that. I think it's okay to say that because a thought is just a thought. It's nothing until you give it power. Like, I used to think this. You can evolve and your thought process can change.
Right.
I thought I was a Catholic for a good portion of my early life. I got older, my thought process changed. And it's the same thing. Like, you can only work with the information you have. And we didn't have certain information. And then through all of this, certain shit in our brain starts unlocking. And then we figure out, oh, that's the final piece that I needed. I had it figured out until I saw that. And now I have to readjust my shit.
It's like science. When new discoveries are made, you have a conference, they have a keynote speaker, and then you get to go into a lab and test out what they're telling you as new information. So you can, I can prove this right here because they said doing this creates this effect, this outcome. And it's the same, I think, within the mental health aspect.
Well, that's what I've always said. Is just like, therapy is necessary because it helps you reframe your thinking. Mm-hmm. And not everybody agrees with that, and that's fine. But I personally feel that everybody should do therapy, regardless if you had insane childhood trauma or not, because you don't know what's bothering you. Right. But you feel that lethargic, you feel the depression, and you don't understand why. Fucking go to therapy and figure it out. Mm-hmm. It's not for everybody. I'll give you that. But
I don't even for the people who.
I still think that everybody should try it.
1,000%. I saw. Sorry, you said depression, and it reminded me. There was a TikTok that I saw that had Jim Carrey, and he was doing an interview, and he was talking about, and I know
he was talking about his fucking friend
with the depression.
Yes, I saw that same
your body
one.
Is like he broke down the word depression, and it needs to deep rest. And
I fucking lost my shit whenever I saw that. I was like, motherfucker.
So, except I was at work. So I only had one earbud in, and I was like...
No, I said it out loud. I was sitting at my desk working, and I was like, motherfucker.
And, because I looked at my phone the way you said that out loud. I was just like...
Like, that's some deep woo-woo shit. Like, no.
I know you're not a fan of his acting career?
No, I told you fucking few weeks ago. It was like he annoyed the shit out of me for the longest time as an actor, as a person. I aspire to be like Jim Carrey now.
Yeah.
Because as soon, like right after his ex-girlfriend died or whatever the fuck, his mindset just drastically fucking changed, and he stopped giving a fuck about anything that came to image or anything like that, and he became content with himself, and you could see it.
And that started before she
Yeah, it was
passed as well.
on the, but that was like the catalyst to, like, no pun intended, push him over the fucking edge.
Right.
And he was just like full bore into it now, and he goes around in every single interview I've seen him do, he's schooling shit. Like, he's trying to get everybody, like, look, this is all bullshit. This is what's real. This is what's important. And I commend him for that.
Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves. Oh, wait, that I did cry another time this weekend. Sorry, because remember I looked up Keanu Reeves.
Oh, yeah. That was Friday night.
No.
Was it? Or was it Saturday?
Wait, when did we watch?
I don't remember when we watched it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, sorry. Little side note. I did cry another time. Damn it.
I do think that was Friday, now that I say that.
Possibly.
But regardless.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter, but...
But I do think that that's what is happening to you.
Because
as far as the microdosing, because it does seem like... This is going to sound bad. It does seem like you're learning something this time. Does that make sense? Not saying you haven't before, but it seems to, like, really be sticking now.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean...
Because that's what I've heard about the microdosing, is that it opens you up to not necessarily your higher self, although that is usually part and parcel, but it's more like how I was describing it, with your authentic self, with the person that you want to be, and you allow that person to come out as opposed to be guarded and reserved like the entirety of society has told us we're supposed to be, that we're not supposed to be that much. We're not supposed to be over the top. We're not supposed to be loud or vocal or what the fuck ever. We're supposed to be just complacent little worker ants, and like, fuck that.
Yeah, no, I don't. I've been told I am a lot. A lot.
And I'm not going to say you're not, but that's one of the things I like about you. Like, because yes, you are a lot, but why does that have to have a negative connotation to it? Because you know when to shut the fuck up, too.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that because it sounds super sexist, but I say that for me, too. It's like, I know when to shut my fucking mouth and just stop.
Yes.
Because it's going to get worse before it gets better. So.
And I know that everyone watches TikTok now, so if anyone knows Elise Myers, she has said one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life.
Life is nothing but pussy and donuts.
Okay, the second best thing I've ever heard in my life.
That was Kevin Smith.
Yes, it was Kevin Smith. When it comes to being called, quote unquote, a lot. And she says it quite often, and I love her for it.
That means she's been told it a lot.
Yeah. But her thing is, if I'm a lot, if I am too much for you, whether it be emotionally, enthusiastic, whatever it is, if I am too much, go find less. If you don't want more, if I'm the most, if I'm too much, if I'm too something for you, go find less. Because I'm not changing myself. I'm not.
And you shouldn't.
Because
And you did that for a very long time. And I told you that. Like, even in our relationship, it's like, dude, you need to get back to where you were. Not because that's the girl that I fell in love with, but because that's who you fell in love with. Like, you were happiest then. Why wouldn't you personally remove all the other shit, remove all the trauma and all the fucking bullshit that we were going through at the time? But you were happy, and you could see it on your face. Like, yes, you were bullshitting your way through some of it. I'm not going to argue that, but there were authentic moments in there where you were blissfully happy because you allowed yourself to be.
Right. And I would like to think I'm slowly getting back to...
You are. And I see, like I
that.
told you that the other day, you did some, I don't even remember what the fuck you did. You like did some face or something. And I was just like, that's it. That's what has been missing. And I didn't know that that's what was missing. I was telling you that there was something missing, but I couldn't put my finger on it until you did that. And I was like, that's it. That's what.
Was on Saturday.
Was it? Okay.
Errands? Or was it Thursday?
I don't remember. It was one of the two. But regardless, like that was the catalyst. Where it's just like, that's the piece that you're missing right now.
Yeah. It's just...
the goofiness, the fucking playfulness, you know, that shit.
Because I've had to be a lot of different things for a lot of different people. And I've had to fit in some sort of...
mold or archetype.
Yeah. I had to have some sort of title, or I had to be something for someone.
You couldn't just be you.
Right. And... like, I was a mother to my mother. I was a mother to my brother. I was... you know, I had to be... You want to tell me after?
No, it's actually pretty funny. Oh, God. I was like, now you're a motherfucker. 'Cause... You're welcome.
You know, so it's... you know, for romantic partners, I've had to be literally their quote-unquote everything. Because...
well, I mean, you have to do that with me, too, to a certain extent. I think you have to do that in any relationship. It's just, are you getting it back? Oh, and that's the difference.
Yeah. Okay, yes. I know.
Because you should... I've never understood the whole 50-50 thing. The 50-50 thing does not make sense. It's like, I give 100% to you, you give 100% to me. At times, we're going to pick up each other's slack, but ultimately, it's still... we're giving everything to each other.
Yes, and I think I sent you a video about... did I send you that video earlier? There was something... it was a woman and a man having a conversation. I don't know if it was... I don't understand the context of their conversation. I don't know if it was like a podcast like this or if it was like an interview. But she was saying that she hates that the 50-50 thing is bullshit. Because there are some days where you don't have your... like...
you don't have your 50% or they don't have their 50%. There's some days where neither one of you fucking have
and
it.
She's talking about how, you know, her and her husband have this... not like a safe word, or... but they'll have... hey, they'll put like a number to it. Hey, I got 10% today. I got 10%. And that's of positivity or patience or whatever the case is. I only got 10% today. Don't worry, I got you. And then there are days where, because she was saying that her mother is sick. So, like more recent to whenever that conversation was being had, it was, I got 10%. I only got about 15. And they have a plan to like still be respectful to each other, not hurt each other, not go after each other because patience is thin or this, that, and the other.
See, we do that too, but it's more of an unspoken thing.
And it really is.
Again, it usually involves me just shutting the fuck up so I don't fuck anything up. Honestly, and that's when I get quiet because I know I'm irritable. I know that I have probably a short fuse and I don't want to say something and then you retort and me take it the wrong way or take it out of context or what the fuck ever and turn it into something bigger than it should be.
That's
because
fair.
I've been guilty of that before. I know that's a shock to you, but...
and I do the same thing, but I get like, I take it personally. Like,
you get emotional and depressive about it. I get angry.
Fair. But...
I know I seem like I have it all together, but
if you
I don't like how fucking much you laughed at that.
Because I don't have my shit together. And if I don't have my shit together and you're married to me, I know you don't have your shit together.
I could have my shit together.
You have most of your shit together. Put it in a backpack.
Get your shit together, Summer. Sorry.
But I'm never going to make myself as small as I used to be.
You shouldn't.
I'm still.
You might want to dial it back a little bit when you're drunk, but
Hey, look. Okay. First of all, fuck you.
tequila was involved. Get off me.
Second, tequila was involved. Third, that's why I don't drink much anymore. That shit fucking sucked. Like,
Yeah, especially since you were out of commission for like 4 fucking days.
it was bad. And he's not
I'm
even
well aware.
exaggerating, like, a lot.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 4 days. And the 4th day, you started to feel normal towards the middle or
Something
back
like
half
that.
of
It was
the
like
day.
the third or fourth day.
Yeah.
It was because
We're old as fuck, dude. We should be potheads instead of alcoholics.
Agreed. I completely agree with that. But I do love and appreciate the fact that I get to, like, discover and experiment and like try to really dig into who I am and what I want in life and all of that. And you are the kind of partner where you're just like, yeah, fucking
Figure it the fuck out.
figure it out. And you'll help me. You'll be like, well, why
'Cause
does...
I didn't necessarily ever have a partner like that where I could like figure myself out. I just did it anyway. Can't imagine why me and Mandy failed in our marriage, but whatever. But I mean, it's just like I always took it upon myself to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to be sure that I'm giving you that opportunity because you didn't have that opportunity because you were stifled in that.
I was stifled in
aspect.
a lot of
That's what I'm
ways.
saying. It's like, and I was, but wasn't. It's like I wasn't encouraged to do that, but
You weren't discouraged either.
not necessarily. It was just kind of like, whatever, fuck off. Like,
Me, I had to be a certain way. Like,
and I was supposed to, but I didn't give a shit. I was still very much the fucking punk rock kid, and I was like, I'm gonna do this shit my way.
yeah, I was...
I had to learn everything the hard way. Some of it was told to me that it was the hard way, and then some of it was like, no, that was actually the easier way.
Yeah.
Like, so who's really the jackass?
Yeah, there was a lot of fear-mongering in my upbringing.
The hell you say?
I know. But, so I think that's why I didn't... Because I learned how to...
Well, see, you had her fear mongering. I had church fear mongering. And once I got past a certain age, I stopped giving a fuck about that.
Yeah. Once your birth giver has you up by the throat in, like, the 5th grade, you don't fuck with her. You just believe what she tells you, even though they're massive fucking lies.
That's not how that works. That's not how any of that should work.
That, and there was just a lot of domestic violence anyway, and I saw the rage, so I was just like, yeah, I'll follow directions.
See, and that is another prime example of how we went through some of the same shit and ended up
completely different.
polar opposites.
Oh, yeah.
Because I see anger and hate, and I want to jump into it and be like, I fucking dare you.
You match it. You match it.
I usually terrify people more than they are trying to terrify me. And then they're just like, holy fuck. And then next thing you know, I end up getting kicked back to my grandparents' house. So, sorry. Sorry, that went...
I was I matched the energy, but the inverse of it.
That's not matching the energy then. You know what I mean? If it was on a number line, they'd be at a 10 and you'd be at a negative 10. That's not matching the energy.
Okay, I was the inverse of their energy.
Thank you.
Rude.
You said matching and inverse. That doesn't...
You know what I mean?
From a logic perspective, that doesn't make sense.
I was the same intensity, just in the opposite direction.
That's not the same intensity then.
What the fuck I mean? Oh, you argue just to argue. Oh my God. Coworker is just like that, and she openly admitted it. I was like, oh, you're just like my husband.
It's fun. It's fun to
For
me.
you motherfuckers, not for me.
Well, that's because I win. We had this discussion the other day. Like, you could say, oh no, I just give up. I'm like, okay. The
win's still a win.
The dub's still the dub, motherfucker. I'm not taking L's. What difference does it fucking make? I still got the win.
I have all the L's. I have all the
Belichick cheated his fucking ass off. Guess what? That motherfucker still got Super Bowls.
Him and his fucking chachi ass hoodies. Well, not chachi because they're just short sleeve. But anyway, regardless.
So yeah, good talk.
Good talk. But yes, I do. I know I'm not perfect all the time, and I would like to think that I try to facilitate. I don't know what's going on.
Back of my thigh cramped up.
Oh, sorry. I just saw the look on your face. I was like, wait, he didn't move. He couldn't have like stubbed his toe or hit his shin. So I was very confused. But I would like to think that I facilitate somewhat of a safe environment for you to be able to speak freely and things like that. I mean, yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay. Well, that's good because I do appreciate the fact that there are, I mean, outside of finding happiness within myself, there's so many other things that and we may or may not get around to talking about all that, but like there's so many other aspects of my life that I know now something different than I did before I met you.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what the fucking microdosing has done for me. I'm not saying you haven't done that too.
Oh, little side note. On the I have been feeling, going slightly back to that point, I've been kind of feeling off, but not necessarily in a bad way. Sorry.
Because that I think is the rewiring of your brain, just based on the research and everything that I've done looking before we started doing it, just looking into it. Like your brain's trying to rewire itself. So it's going to feel off because you're not used to it.
Fair. Okay, sorry. I meant to say that earlier and it just popped back in.
That's just my assertion from everything that I can gather.
That's fair.
And I mean, if you remember, we went through the same things whenever we started doing therapy and medication. You feel off initially, and then you get used to it, and then you realize, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like. I was feeling fucking like an idiot before. Now this is reality. Or this is what reality should be, or whatever. Yes. And I think that's in the same vein, personally.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier, or just a bit ago. Because you were saying something.
Okay. I don't remember what it was either.
Fair. I wouldn't.
That's the bad part of the market.
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. Give the governor harumph. Harumph. It's a great movie and you know it.
Leave us alone, Mel Brooks.
Another good one.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not my favorite anymore.
Sorry, Blazing Saddles has always and will always.
It's so racist, though. It's so beautifully racist. And I never thought I'd say that phrase.
Everyone in the movie knew what it was and understood the comedy
and knowing that it was written initially for fucking Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah, that makes it
so much better. Anyway.
Yes.
Okay, we've been doing this for over an hour and it is 10 o'clock now.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to be back at this with you. Hopefully all this fucking saved.
I haven't gotten any fucked up notifications, so I think we should be good.
Okay, well, that's good then. So, are we going to be doing this weekly, or are we doing this... Okay, well,
we'll find out.
We'll find out when you guys find out.
Peace.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. If you like the show or know somebody who would, please subscribe and share to help us grow the show. You can follow us on all socials at thatinfernalnpc. You can listen on YouTube and Podbean at That Infernal Noise or anywhere else you get your podcasts. Please tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.